Now here is LaWanda Lala Lane, and she's speaking to TMZ, and she says Al B. Shore spreading misinfo about Kim Porter's death is hurtful to Diddy's kids. Now, I have been telling y'all this, but y'all didn't want to listen to me. So now here is one of Kim Porter's best friends, and this is Kim Porter's twins' caregiver. All right? She's taking care of the twins. This is how much they trust her and how close she was to Kim. She is responsible for the twins while Kim is no longer here and while Diddy is dealing with what he's dealing with. Take a listen to what she said.
Must be beyond difficult for these twins to kind of hear what they heard, knowing everybody else heard it too, and then they tried to kind of blend in at the prom. So, I mean, I can only imagine how difficult.
All his children are very smart and bright kids. These girls make straight A's. We focus on God first. They go to school. They lead a normal life. Kim's family, his family, Kim's closest friends. We keep a close circle.
Now, what they're talking about, I think what TMZ is trying to get into, they're trying to get into the messiness on social media and stuff like that. I think that's what they're talking about most. You know, not knowing that most of the time these kids hang around people they've been around their whole entire life, right? When they go out, they have protection with them. And most of the time, people aren't yelling and out stuff. Oh, yeah, your father, da-da-da. That's stuff, people usually do that stuff on social media. I'm sure you got some people that's probably yelling stuff out to them or what have you, and it's wrong. You should leave his children alone. They have absolutely nothing to do, especially the girls, have absolutely nothing to do with what's going on with their father. They know their father, and regardless of what you think of Diddy, that's still their father. And everyone, I'm sure if through your life, if you had somebody said something about your kids or your mother or father, you're still going to take their side because that's your family.
You know, that's their father, and they know their father one way.
Exactly.
We deal with it as a family, and we move forward. Our faith in God leads us and keeps us going. And it's not a discussion for us around here the way it is for the rest of the world. We really value our family time. We value privacy and keeping.
Now, I think that's cap. I mean, I understand you don't want to let it out, and I believe I like the way they do that. I like the way they keep the girls away from it and grounded, but you can't tell me that you're not talking about this every single day, especially especially the girls is up in court. So if they're up in court and hearing these things, you can't tell me that you're not discussing it.
Being all the children focused on just living their life and being normal.
I wonder, though, about when they go to school. Because obviously I'm sure they have their close circle of friends who are protective of them. But you know how kids are at that age in high school. There are going to be people who want to taunt them. Is that something that they are dealing with, or do they have a...
No, they go to a great school where there are a lot of other kids who have issues with families.
Yeah, they have a lot of other kids at the school, but you can't tell me that all of them are supportive. You see all the jokes about the baby oil and this and that. Yeah, come on now. You know good and doggone well. You know, people, you just come out and say, you know, yeah, you got your few detractors, you know, people who are not friends of theirs that are going to say something. Someone's always going to say something, but we just ignore it or whatever.
Celebrity families. The school is very protective. It has been a blessing. They have been there since kindergarten. A lot of kids, they have grown up since kindergarten. I've been there with them, with their mom. So as a couple other friends, we're very close. So it doesn't affect the way everyone else feels that it has. Is it sad or we're disappointed in things? Yeah, absolutely. But their mother and their dad taught them you have to keep going. You know, and what we talk about in privacy is, you know, our business.
Their relationship with their dad. I mean, this is somebody who was present in their life, and for many months now, he's been locked up. And, who knows what's going to happen with the trial. If he's found guilty, he could be in prison for many, many years. They've all
just imagine they just lost their mother. They're still not over it. Those girls, their girl's mom was everything to them. And Kim Porter loved her kids. I'm not saying no one else doesn't, but she really loved those children, and those children adored her. And I know it hurts every single day. And now for them to be going through this with their father, it has to be tough on these girls. And this is the reason why I take it so personal, and I get so upset when I see these people dragging them on social media like they had something to do with this. What's going on? They did not ask for this.
Already lost their mom. How are they coping with this?
Listen, all the children, we have started these process of talks a long, long time ago. So for the rest of the world, this is shocking and upsetting and things like that. We have done family therapy. We have done things as a group. We stick together. Nobody wants to see something like that happen to their father. They know their father a certain way. I've known their dad 30 years. So, as a lot of things, I know a lot more, but that's just not our focus here. And they're very strong enough to say, this is my dad. And we understand it, but we have to move forward. It can't be a crutch. It can't be, the worst thing that has happened is we've all lost Kim. That was devastating. We had to get through that, and we did, all of us together.
Al B. Sure, right before the trial started, did an interview where he pointed the finger pretty clearly at Diddy, claiming that he had something to do with Kim's death. And I know that's got to be upsetting. As you said, the girls got through that.
Let me be very clear on Kim's passing. That nobody but her closest friends and our children were there. To speak so recklessly on stuff that you know nothing about. You saw that woman 2 months before for an hour. You were not friends. You did not have a discussion.
Exposed. See, what did you say? What did you say, Lala? Have I not been telling y'all that Al B. Sure been capping all this time? He was not close to Kim Porter. Al B. Sure, you did Kim Porter dirtier than Diddy. Because she ran off into Diddy's arms. She ran from you into the arms of Diddy. If you was treating her so well, she would have never ran into the arms of Diddy. You cheated on her from day one. You kept throwing Madonna's best friend in her face. See, y'all don't know this stuff. Y'all are just TikTokers that just got on here 20 minutes ago. And then you hear what Al B. Sure says, and you think he's sitting here telling you the truth. Well, Al B. Sure is straight capping. Him and Kim was not like that. They shared a son who you just have recently got back into Quincy's life. And he still doesn't consider you his dad. He considers you his biological father. Y'all ain't close. And it has nothing to do with nothing that Diddy brainwashed them or it's another. It was you, sir. Go ask your other kids how they feel about you. You were too busy being a womanizer and running around town trying to be a gigolo instead of taking care of your kids. And they all resent you for it. It's not just Quincy. None of them kids are proud to say that you were their father. And you've been going around here trying to clout chase and profit off of Kim's death. Oh, yeah, my wife. Y'all has been divorced for years, I'll be sure. You barely spoke to her the last 5 years of her life. And you're trying to make it seem to people like, oh, Diddy had something to do with that and had something to do with you being put in a coma. How could Diddy have something to do with you being put in a coma? You were barely around the man. You was around the man, what, 2 times in the last 15 years? How could he be responsible for you being put in a coma?
Is wrong. Is wrong to her children, wrong to her family. Her father is still alive.
Thank you.
Is wrong to us, her friends who have been there and were there taking care of her. No one expected this. For the world to take on this narrative and this craziness, what is the benefit for Sean to not have the mother of his kids? There is no benefit.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, because she was writing a book and he wanted to get rid of her because she was going to... Did he get rid of Gene Deal? How long Gene Deal been so-called exposing Puff? Did he get rid of Gene Deal? Did he get rid of Jaguar Wright? Did he get rid of Mark Curry, who wrote a book about him called Dance with the Devil? Did he get rid of them? So why would he get rid of the mother of his kids? Did he get rid of Cassie? These stupid conspiracy theories. Oh, she was writing a book. How many times have her friends, people who knew her, say she was not writing a book?
That is not, she was not writing a book.
Look,
that was not Kim's mental state.
Right on cue. Right on cue.
About anything. That's our business. She was our friend. That was somebody's daughter. That's somebody's granddaughter that her grandmother just passed. And her children, she had kids who knew she was not well. So that's just...
Hear that? Her kids and family knew she wasn't well. They kept it under wraps. They kept it in-house. The way a family's supposed to keep it. In-house. And just because y'all wasn't privy to that information, you're going to say, something happened to her. She just didn't die. Oh, she was in perfect health. How do you know? You were never around Kim Porter. 99% of y'all that's talking shit never even met Kim Porter, never even been around Kim Porter. Albie Shaw has not been around Kim Porter, but maybe once or twice in the past 5 to 10 years of her life that she was living. But just because you guys want to believe some stupid conspiracy theory, you're going to just totally, watch, everyone's going to totally disregard what Miss Lane says and say, oh, Diddy's paying her. Diddy is in jail. He got to pay legal. You think he's worried about paying some people off so people on social media will believe him? This man fighting for his life. He need every penny he can get. Oh, Diddy's paying her to say that. Y'all said the same thing. Kamara's going to tell it. Kamara Lee Simmons came out and said there was no book. Lala said there was no book. Ebony said there was no book. Sahara Ladi said there was no book. These are all her close friends. Wouldn't they know? Wouldn't they know?
Granddaughter that her grandmother just passed, and her children, she had kids who knew she was not well. So that's just, I get very upset because I don't understand how people can just talk about something they have no idea about anything. None.
Exactly. No idea what's going on. But they still in awe. They're going to sit and talk about something. I shout out to Lala Lane. And again, people, this is the 4th or 5th friend who said there was no book. Stop saying there was a book if there was no book. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.